Our next speaker is Dr. Moussa Alfifi, who is the Directorate for the Codex Coordinating Committee for the Near East, and who has the role of the Executive Director for the Western region in the Saudi Food and Drug Authority. Dr. Alfifi will highlight the strategic plan of the SFDA and the process that will be implemented to encourage and increase the participation, a more effective participation of Arab states and the Arab countries at Codex level. And he will share with us as well, if possible, his perspective on what Dr. Mariam highlighted on the joint initiative. And as well, if Dr. Alfifi, you could highlight how you plan to coordinate the inputs among the local national Codex focal points, and how it would be possible to develop a regional position at the different committees. I think, okay.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all panelists and participants. I want to thank you, Rola, and the State of Food Safety Forum for inviting me to give a talk today about the vision for enhancing Codex coordinating in the Near East. I want to talk a little bit about Saudi FDA and our role in the position for regional coordinating for the Near East as we see it, and we'll be happy to take a question from you on host of the subject. The main purpose of the Saudi FDA, to start with, established to regulate and oversee the food control and drug and medical devices, as well as to set mandatory standard specification, whether they are imported or locally manufactured. In Saudi FDA, our vision is to be a leading international science-based regulatory to protect and promote public health. In regards to coordinating the Near East region, the Near East Coordinating Committee comprises 17 countries that produce effective variety of food products such as rice, olive oil, fruits, vegetables, particularly dates. And the Codex Coordinating Near East Committee first meeting was held in Egypt, in Cairo, 2001. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, presented by Saudi Food and Drug Authority, has been appointed at CAC 43 to be the regional coordinator for the Near East Committee. Well, to start with, our ambitions goal for the coordinating that includes the effective engagement in implementation of Codex strategies. As we know, we have a Codex strategy plan for 2020 and 2025 in the region, identifying the regional needs and development of science-based standards to protect consumer health, well-being, and promoting natural value of food products. Well, Saudi Food and Drug Authority has built an effective Codex infrastructure and capabilities at national level, including the establishment of Codex Coordinating Committee presented by governmental and private sector, as well as experience and trained human power. And this is our goal. We're going to share it with our state members for the region, and that is 17 members of the region. So I'm going to be precisely talking about our goals, agenda target, and our focus for the next leading for the region. So we'll start with our goals. Our goals, we will be focusing on 5 goals. The first one, we know, enhancing regional communication. We have an issue with the communication and coordinating between the country of the region. And we are going to work on the strength of their participation in Codex Commission and its subcommittees, as Dr. Samuel said. We are going to encourage the development and revision of Codex standard and related taxes, related text, taking into account regional affairs and needs. Also, we are going to strengthen the national codex structures by raising and capacity of the CCBs and NCCs that Dr. Mariam touched on. And we are going also to work on harmonization of the Arab and regional standards that with those of the Codex Alimentarius. Actually, a greatest role in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia benefited from chairing the committee also for the region by updating the specification, food specification related to our local products with more specificity, such as date. Now we're working on and enabling local investors to participate and develop relevant legislation for the region to allow them for more exportation to the rest of the world. If you allow me, I will touch on the agenda target we are going to work on our next strategic plan. We are going to work on activating and framing the committee work within terms of reference for the work of the coordinating committee. We know that has to be work on within the terms of reference to have a clear framing for the working of the region and participating in the Codex working groups. And we are going to work also to develop the component and method of communication to raise the level of reliability of the work of the coordinating committee, also coordinating with concerned authorities and organizations of the Near East countries to harmonize action and implementing the outputs. As we know, we have different authorities and organizations, they participating in the Codex in different CCBs, and we are going to working with them to enhance our communication and participating in Codex. We are going also to work on promoting coordination and participation in international food safety standards measures. As we know, in the past, we have lack of coordinating and participation also in the international food safety standards. So we are going to focus on that in the future strategic plan. We are looking forward for more contributing for setting and preparing more regional standards for Arab food products. As we know, we have a variety of food Arab products produced in the region. So we are going to work on that to allow the exporters to distribute it. Also, we are going to work to define the priorities for the Near East countries in the work of the Codex Alimentarius at the regional and international levels to have more focus on the priorities that we are going to work on it. Actually, we'll end up with our focus. We are, as I said, we are going to have different mechanisms for enhancing regional communication and coordinating between the country. And we have a different working plan for strengthening the participation in the Codex meeting and it is subcommittee. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to have an evaluation of the committee work within the framework of the coordinating committees to develop working mechanism for the meeting and participation to be more effective and efficient. Also, we are going to share our general objectives with our state members in the region to increase and work more closely for harmonization between regional standards and Codex standards, and achieving more adoption of the Codex standards. Actually, also we are planning to hold a joint regional workshops with the Codex secretaries and increasing the rate of using Codex guidelines, also raising the level of interaction and activation to use of electronic working groups, coordinating more with other regions in the Codex. This is basically what we are going to focus in our next strategic plan. As far as we know, the Codex have a strategic plan. We are going to work within that with some specificity for the region. As Dr. Mariam said, we have all the documents, we have all the guidelines, we have all the roadmaps, but we have to implement it. We have all the materials. We need to implement them, and coordinating and communication more between the region to achieve our targets. We are planning to have within a few weeks our first informal meeting for the region. We are going to present more details on our agenda target, our goals, our focus area for next strategic plan. We are going to deliver to all members. We are going to have more conversations in regards to the strategic plan we are going to implement it in the future. So this is in short what we thinking and what we are planning last 2 months to be presented for the region and to move on in the future, in the near future, inshallah. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening, and thank you again for your
Thank you very much, Dr. Alfifi, for this very positive and important update. And we are sure that the SFDA will do an excellent job in the next coordination